Obituaries, a presentation of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Claude Limbaugh Jr., age 78, will be Saturday at 2 o'clock from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel. The Reverend Donald Grice will officiate. Burial in the Childersburg Cemetery. Mr. Limbaugh died September 22nd at his residence. Visitation Saturday noon until 2 at the Childersburg Chapel. Online condolences at curtissonsonfunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Willie Charles Abercrombie, age 64, is 2:30 Saturday at Antioch Baptist Church. Reverend Matthew Leonard officiating. Interment in the church cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. Funeral service for Lorene Lane Cook, age 73, is 11 o'clock Saturday at Terry's Mortuary Chapel. Reverend Robert Duncan officiating. Interment in the Corinth Cemetery. The family receiving friends tonight, 6 until 7 at the funeral home. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. Funeral service for Ms. Doris Jean Curry, age 70, is Saturday at 2 p.m. from Mount Canaan Baptist Church. Dr. Horace Patterson will officiate. Interment in the Oak Hill Cemetery. Sims Funeral Service directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Erlene S. Kelly, age 67, is Saturday at 11 o'clock at Mount Canaan Baptist Church. With Bishop W.E. Frazier, the pastor, and Bishop Maurice Keller, the eulogist. Interment in the church cemetery. Sims Funeral Service directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Mary E. May, age 75, is Saturday at 1 p.m. from Enon Baptist Church, with burial in the Lily Roden Cemetery of Childersburg. Visitation today, 1 until 8 p.m. Family hour from 6 until 8 at Community Funeral Home. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Deborah Everett Chapman Perkins, age 52, is 1 o'clock Saturday at Sycamore Baptist Church. Reverend Brian Miller, the pastor, Reverend Jesse Montgomery Jr. officiating. Interment in the church cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. Graveside service for Marie Smith, age 61, of Talladega, will be 2 o'clock Monday at Pine Hill Memorial Park. Reverend Bob Freeman officiating. The family receiving friends 12:30 until 1:30 on Monday at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. Mrs. Smith died September 23rd. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Farewell celebration for Mr. William Elmer Spear is Saturday at noon from Mount Zion Baptist Church, with burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Viewing today, noon until 8 o'clock. The New Madden Funeral Home in Sylacauga directing. Funeral service for Mr. Robert Leroy Smith, age 85, is today at 11 o'clock from Mount Zion Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Burial in the Darien Baptist Church Cemetery in Alexander City. Community Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Mr. Smith died September 21st at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Funeral service for William Floyd White, age 61, is 2 o'clock today at Sycamore Baptist Church. Reverend Brian Miller officiating, along with Pastor Marshall White. Interment in the church cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. And funeral service for Mr. Roderick D. Bolton is today at 11 o'clock from Pine Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Bishop Johnny L. Woods Jr. officiating. Interment in the Pine Grove Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery. Zion Memorial Funeral Home Chapel in Sylacauga directing that service. Obituaries presented by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.